So the rain clouds have cleared, the sun has got his hat on, and the tarpaulin has come down. I'm very happy to be working out in the open again because it's pretty awkward working underneath that big thing. However, it definitely served its purpose. So last week we had a huge storm come through, and with it came a ton of rain. But with time being against us on this build, we put the big tarpaulin up to allow us to make progress on the cabin build, and it really did work well. We managed to cut our posts down, fit our bearer beams, and we fitted about 2/3 of the joists.
So while Ricky finishes the rest of the joist, I'm going to pop out and go and get our insulation for the floor. I need to go a little bit further afield to get it because we want to go super chunky with this insulation, so the cabin is going to be as cozy and warm as possible.
It's a joy working out here today. Autumn and spring are my favourite times of the year here. You get a really nice bit of sunshine with some cloud cover. Pretty much the perfect temperature. I can be out here in shorts and t-shirt and just work very comfortably. I've treated all of the cut ends, and now I just need to put a board going all the way around on both sides. I don't know if you'd call it a rim board or a rim joist, but yeah, that will go all along here, cover these ends up and tie them all in. It's time to get rimming. I've been using a little spirit level to try and plumb up these joists as I fix them to the rim joist, and surprisingly, apart from a couple that have needed an ever so slight nudge of a mil or two, they've been pretty spot on, which, yeah, it's quite shocking considering we're using rough sawn timber to build all of this base out. So far so good. Got my little cheerleader here, keeping an eye on me. So far these joists have just been toe-nailed kind of on the side into the beam underneath, and obviously they've got the rim joist holding them all a bit together, but they need more to protect them from being lifted up by the wind. So that's where these little brackets come in. So part of it fixes to the beam, part of it fixes to the joist like that, and that stops the joist from being lifted up when it gets really windy. And there is a lot of them to fit and a lot of nails to be installed, so hopefully this nail gun can keep up the pace. Well, that's a bummer. Immediate change of plans. I've got 2 brackets in and I don't think the nail gun is for this job. The nail is basically trying to take the bracket in to the piece of wood with it. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. It doesn't seem good to me. I think the nail gun is just a bit too powerful to be doing that. Also, I can't see where the hole is to get the nail through, so just feels a little bit like an accident waiting to happen, and if something feels sketchy, I don't have to carry on, so I'm not going to. I'm just gonna have to get the hammer, and it's gonna take a bit longer. I think the most annoying thing is that all of my nails are on a strip, so I'm gonna have to prise every single one of these off the paper tape. Yeah, this is gonna take a while.
We really couldn't ask for a more beautiful day today. Ricky's just going around and putting down the battens that's going to be the support system for our insulation. Do you want to try and explain that a bit better than I have there?
So, rather than attempt to get full sheets basically on the underside of these joists, these treated, they're actually for roof tiles, rippers they call them here.
Rippers?
Sounds Aussie, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, we're just going to get these rest them on top of the bearers, fix them to the sides, OSB over the top, fixed into them, and then once we've got all that down, that leaves us 100mm up to the top of the joist for our installation, and then we'll obviously subfloor over the top of that.
That kind of maths impresses me. Just perfect sandwich.
Perfect sandwich. Yeah, also, never showed you all, but got all of the hurricane ties or brackets, whatever you want to call them, in yesterday. It's a bit of an annoying job, to be honest, because what could have been very quick, just whipping through with the nail gun, then just took so long. It wasn't even so much the manually hammering them in, that obviously took longer. It was the breaking all the nails down from the paper pack. Like, they're so glued together, but we got there in the end, so they're all done. Yeah, let's start building a floor.
Yippee-doo. Oh my gosh, I feel like a big potato. As with all of the wood, I am on treating duty, just to make sure none of them start and rot down. It's an important task, and any time anybody comes and sees the cabin and comments how good it's looking, I'll be like, yeah, what about the treating? Don't you think it just makes it?
I'm having a bit of a problem with the air compressor, which is not ideal because this is going to be the most used tool over the next few days. It's starting on about the 3rd or 4th attempt, but before that it just keeps tripping, so there must be some sort of electrical fault. Just hoping it can at least hold out for the next few days, and then I can go and get it sorted somewhere or buy whatever part is needed. Bit annoying though, because we've not long had it fixed.
This week's video is sponsored by Foreo. They make at-home skincare devices, and over the last couple of years I've become a huge fan of theirs. What I love most is that I get to have a mini spa-like experience at home that I can enjoy every day, and of course the improvement that I've seen in my skin. To celebrate Black Friday, they've got some amazing deals. So this is the FAQ 202 and it works with LED therapy. It's got 8 different wavelengths that tackle different skin concerns like fine lines, wrinkles and sunspots. For me, I've noticed my overall complexion is more even and brighter, and that my pores have reduced in size. But it's not just for the ladies, it is equally as effective on men's skin. Here's my glamorous assistant to model. It's really easy to use. First, you can pop on a bit of the red light peptide serum. This just accelerates the mask's LED therapy. The mask's made from really supple silicone, so it can mould and fit to any face shape, even if you've got a beard. And it's very comfortable once you're wearing it. And because it's wireless, it means that you can carry on with your day all while you're getting the benefits. So to check out Foreo's Black Friday deals, click our link in the description and use code Victoria35 to get an extra 35% off almost all of their products, even the ones that are already on sale, which means you get up to 50% off.
There are so many things that I love about our property, but one thing that I really do not love is the access. For cars and vans, even for medium-sized trucks, it's absolutely fine. But when we have big deliveries on massive trucks, they can only get so far onto the farm. So it quite often means we have to have a lot of materials dropped somewhere else, not anywhere near where we want to work with them. And that obviously means a lot of double handling, but it also means that I have to use a lot of energy moving things by hand from point A to point B, like this OSB. And I am tatered now after that. So now that we've got all the OSB down here, I need to slice it all up to fit it between all of these joists.
All this time that we've been having this framed out space, Ted and Pop have both enjoyed exploring underneath. I can't work out if they're going to like it more or less once this is all boarded out on top and they can't see through it. What do you reckon?
Who knows with them two?
I feel like the new outfit with the plaid shirt and now the nail gun, I really feel like you're leaning into this new identity as like the woodman.
The woodman, man of the forest.
Yeah.
It's a new outfit, everything's old as.
No, well, newish this season.
We get a lot of rodents here, both mice and rats. As you can imagine, we're in the countryside, so it's not surprising, but they will do anything they possibly can to try and get into your property for both food, but also to get to the insulation to try and make a nest and just steal it basically, or live within it. So we obviously want to try and do everything we can to keep them out. So right now I've just been foaming around the edge of that OSB just to make sure all the little gaps are sealed and will hopefully stop them. It's also good for keeping moisture out from the insulation itself. We're hoping that because the cabin's raised on stilts, albeit small ones, it's going to deter them already. With that being said, we have seen both mice and rats scaling straight up vertical stone walls before, so yeah, they're pretty crafty and I wouldn't put anything past them. If they're happy to rock climb, getting up a short little piece of wood is going to be a walk in the park. But yeah, I'm hoping we're going to keep them out and our cheese will be safe. We said 15 in for the sink, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So Ricky's just figuring out where the holes need to go for our kitchen sink for the waste and then also for the water that's going to be coming into the cabin. I'm going to do this before the insulation goes down. What was the final verdict? Are we leaving a little gap for the insulation or are we chopping a hole through it?
I think I'm going to foam around it basically and then just get the insulation to go around. I can't think of any other way to do it.
It's going to be a bit messy, isn't it, otherwise?
Yeah, it's going to be a bit tricky cutting the OSB out as well, but is it going to be tricky? I don't know, I'm thinking it through now.
This is the plan we're doing.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great.
I think today could end up being a little bit of a slower day because, unfortunately, I had a bit of a slip last night as I was going around foaming around all the edges. I just ever so slightly lost my balance, and because I had my feet between the two joists, as I sort of lost one, as I tried to get my bearing back again, I slipped off of the back of here at the other end, ended up falling off, cracked my wrist, but managed to get sort of my hand down in time to take a bit of the fall, but I basically just smashed my rib right onto that beam, the rim joist, and it hurt a lot. I mean, it's hurting quite a lot today when I'm taking deep breaths. I've had cracked ribs before and it's got that kind of feeling to it, but I'm hoping it's just going to be a bit of bruising. So we'll see how we get on today and praying to the cabin gods that it's not going to be anything too bad and I can just carry on. After a few slower days we can pick up the pace again. We'll see, it might be fine.
Yeah, just keep you dosed up on some anti-inflammatories and putting peas on you whenever I get the chance. Frozen peas.
I'm not too happy about the fact I've got to carry down all the OSB for the floor.
Yeah, neither of us being able to lift heavy stuff isn't ideal. I'm just thinking how hard Ricky had to work to get the waste holes sorted for the bathroom that's going to be in the tiny house. You know, going through those 50 centimetre stone walls compared to just popping a couple of holes through a 12mm bit of OSB. It's such a crazy comparison. Just needed a bit of gentle persuasion. Happy?
Yeah. Okay, waste pipe.
Just rigging up something here because the hole's a little bit too big for the pipe, so it needs some support until it can be foamed and held in place. Does it feel like it's working?
This is like getting there most of the way.
Yeah, that's the finest tooth saw we've got though, isn't it? Although it's a little bit stumpy.
Hey.
Oh, lovely.
So we've gone for 100mm mineral wool insulation for the floor. We're doing that on the walls as well, mainly because it's fairly cheap. It's really easy to use once you've cut the roll down. It's also a higher, thermal resistance. So basically it keeps the place warmer than if we were to use XPS, like a solid foam. Plus it has this backing and this acts as a vapor barrier, so that it's kind of 2-in-1. It's going to save us a job of having to run out a big plastic sheet or something once all the insulation's down. I've seen lots of cabin and house builds where they don't bother to insulate the floor, which is a bit baffling to me. I'm not really sure how you would keep it warm inside with a cold floor. With that being said, our one in particular has obviously got an open crawl space underneath, so the cold air is going to be right underneath. Maybe if you were on a slab, it would be a bit different. We did discuss not insulating the floor, but it was a bit of a non-negotiable for us because when that wood burner is stoking up, we want it to be as nice and cozy in there as possible. And yeah, I think the floor is an integral part of that. We want it to feel nice and warm on the foot. I've done the lion's share of the insulation now, 3 more cavities to go, so that won't take too long. One thing that's not worked out how we wanted to is with this vapor barrier. As you can see, there's not enough of it to get it to overlap over the joists. Ideally, you just want it to be one impenetrable, is that the word, impenetrable? One layer where water can't get through. Victoria's just looking for some silver insulating tape that we had left over from when we did the roof. If she can find that, then we'll tape this seam up just to make it all one layer. I think if she can't find it, we're just going to leave it as is and just put the subfloor over the top. The reality is when we put the subfloor down, there's going to be a ton of nails go through this at the joists anyway. And also, we're not going to be in this thing all of the time. So for a few months we'll be in here and there'll be a lot of moisture created inside of here, but we're not cooking in here, so that's one big thing down. We're not showering in here. It's just going to be the human and canine bodies from breathing, so it's not going to be too much moisture inside.
You know something's coming, don't you? You can tell. You can smell it in the air. I got a couple of extra special tasty treats for Ted and Pop the other day. I say tasty in doggy terms, but they are definitely snacks to enjoy outside and not inside the house. I think I'm going to get mugged. Teddy, up. Yes, good boy. Poppy, spin. 8. Good job. Good girl. Bye.
These pair look happy.
Yeah, they're really happy, I think. I can't be the only person who finds the sounds of dogs chewing and heavy breathing just lovely. But if you do it, oh my, it's a different story.
Well, you find that noise lovely.
Well, I like the enjoyment they're having from it, but if you start chewing loudly or breathing loudly, don't. You know what happens. Ricky's having to take it a little bit slower and move around with a bit more caution than normal. But from the sounds of that nail gun, he is still making some good progress. This is looking really good.
What's that, Ollie?
Bad time for the air compressor to be on. I say it's looking really good. Right on cue. Are you managing all right, moving around with it?
It's all right getting them on. It's difficult bringing them down from the top, but I'm just going slowly.
Yeah.
That's why I've only done 2. And you've got to do, is it 3 rows? A bit more. There's going to be a slither.
Yeah, 3 rows and a slither.
It's dawned on me that I've done the exact thing I wanted to avoid. Instead of having 3 rows and a slither, I'd planned to have 2 full rows and then split the remaining difference across the other 2 rows. And then I'd wanted to have, instead of a full board here on the outer edges, I wanted to put those smaller pieces on the outer edge, and I would just be able to have the nice factory cut edge at the seam, have it overhang here, and then I could just cut this once I was finished. But now I'm going to have to put kind of the not full row there, a full row, and then the other one on the outer edge. I'm glad that I've caught that before we've got much further ahead. At least I can still have the rows intended, just in a different position. It's just a little bit more work. But yeah, I was just so preoccupied with thinking, with my rib, can I actually lift the board down? Can I get it up? Can I use the nail gun? That I wasn't thinking the rest of it through. So the plan for today is to get the subfloor finished. If we can get that done, I'll be very happy, because to be honest with you, I'm struggling a little bit with my ribs. Although I can still pick up heavy things, it's putting quite a lot of strain on me and it is pretty difficult. One thing I am very happy about though is that they definitely feel a bit better today. So I'm about 99.9% sure that I've just badly bruised them and there's no break. So that makes me confident that within the next few days or a week, I'll be feeling a lot better. I'm gonna need to get better sharpish, because you're not gonna be lifting any walls, are you?
No, unfortunately not. We need Superman back on the job pronto. We're halfway there and I'm quite excited for when these boards are on, because so far I've not been allowed up there. I'm not balanced enough to walk on joists, although I've not been the one who's fallen off. So
yeah.
Too soon.
Come here, Pop. Poppy, come here. Yay, good girl. Teddy, come here. Yay, good boy. Victoria, come here.
No chance. I'll get wedged. Tell you what, it's only a confident man that can use that as his pencil.
Proud. That bloody thing broke.
So we are onto the final piece. We just need to figure out how we're going to navigate around the pipes. Hopefully it won't be too tricky.
So I'm thinking if we just measure from the edge of here to the pipe.
Right.
That should work. Okay.
Right, moment of truth, eh?
Yeah, let's give it a go. Oh.
Oh! Oh, I don't think you could have asked for much better than that.
That one's bang in the middle. Okay. Happy days.
Well done, Mr. Measure.
So the final job of the day, we need to snap some chalk lines across here front to back because we left this over hanging a bit to cut it. We also haven't nailed all along the joists in the middle, so we need to snap chalk for all of them as well and get everything nailed. Got anything to add?
No, not really. Just really glad that you remembered that we needed to leave these little marcaronis because otherwise we would have been nailing in the dark.
Yeah.
It was a close call. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good mark.
Next one.
Has it got enough chalk left?
We'll see.
Does it feel nice and sturdy up there now? No bounce?
Come and have a feel for yourself.
No, I'm holding off. I'm going to wait for us to trim off the bits on the edge before my maiden voyage. I want the full effect.
Right, my lady, give me your hand. Come and have a go. Oi.
No bounce. Oh, it feels so good up here.
Feels high, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, but because you're sort of encased in trees, it's more like, I don't know, a tree house or something. I think it's really nicely positioned.
I agree.
I'm going to walk to the edge now. Oi, don't do a Ricky. Sorry. Just imagine. Oh, that way, the doors.
Next stop, walls going up.
How exciting.